Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Black Myth Wukong recap. Me and my English. Welcome to a Black Myth Wukong recap from the year 2020 all the way to the year 2024, with the release of this game dropping next week on Tuesday. So needless to say, we are pretty much 6 days away from this game dropping, and I am massively excited to not only talk about this game, but also to play this game. It is already counting down on my system right now because the game releases digitally now, and I think it's supposed to be releasing physically in September, but I want to play it when it releases so I can, strike the iron while it's hot. But let's go ahead and begin this discussion, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome to my recap of Black Myth Wukong. Now, depending on how quickly or how slowly we go, this may not be an overly long session to go through today. But we are going to be going over a lot of things Black Myth Wukong related. And it's going to be specifically... Oh, right, I forgot. Julian, I am so glad you said something because I was thinking, it was in my head. Don't forget to set your voice back to normal. Don't forget to set your voice back to normal. Don't forget to set your voice back to normal. Because this is the voice mod I've used when I was playing Mega Man Zero yesterday. So thank you, Julian, for telling me. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my A Black Myth Wukong recap, where we go from the year 2020 to the year 2024 as we talk about this game that's supposed to be dropping next week. And we're going to be talking about, we're going to be looking at some videos of the game officially, from their YouTube page, and then we're going to be talking about the game as a whole, including some moments where people have tried to deride this game with baseless accusations and, quite frankly, inaccurate accusations, and even a story of, purposeful extortion in order for a certain company, which is on the downfall right now, trying to extort Game Science, which is developers of Black Myth Wukong, into having them help out with translating and trying to change things in the game to fit their standards for video games. We'll cross that in a little bit. Psycho, good to see you. But let's go ahead and start off with the first instance of Black Myth Wukong. Firstly, this game, well, actually, let me go ahead and pull this up over here. Pull the thing up over here so you guys can see it as well. So, it was back in 2020 when we got a 13-minute official gameplay trailer for Black Myth Wukong. It was 3 years ago. Now, before we got the name for it, before we even knew what was going on, this game had footage online, and it was making its way across the internet, and people on Reddit who saw this video said, this game looks amazing. What is this? And many of us, it was called Project something at some time. It was called Project something. I forget the exact name of which it was called. It might be here on their Wikipedia page. Wikipedia should not be relied on for every single thing, but this is an exception. But let me see here. Yeah. First announced, founded, okay, so it was Game Science was founded the game development started in 2018. First announced through a trailer showcasing gameplay in the pre-alpha build. Now, the thing that stuck with people with this, and we'll move over to the video as well, and I'll also make sure... Hold on. Give me a sec. Let me pause so that way you guys can hear as well. Let me make sure the desktop volume is up as well because I got to mess with the volume whenever I'm doing reactions for One Piece and such. But when many of us saw this trailer, and I'm trying to remember who was the person that told me about Black Myth Wukong. I can't remember if it was Ozzy. I can't remember if it was CDs. I don't even know if CD was around during that time. He might have been because I think I was doing solo leveling around that time. But when many of us saw this gameplay trailer, a lot of us thought this looks too good to be true. There is no way this game looks this good. And mind you, this is a pre-alpha build. This 13-minute trailer. Let me see. Let me go back here because I had to use the Wayback Machine because this was posted on February 9th in 2021 from IGN, you know, before they tried to jump on the bandwagon to, you know, stoke the flames of negativity towards this game over baseless accusations. I'm going to get on IGN's case in a little while, but let's see, this 13-minute pre-alpha gameplay. This gameplay is from a pre-alpha build of the game. So I'm going to put it in theater mode so we both can watch. You must have heard stories about him. Because the story of Black Myth Wukong is set during the events after the Journey to the West story. Some say he helped Tong Seng. Hold on, let me see. Some say he helped Tong Seng fetch the Buddhist scriptures, becoming the victorious fighting Buddha, which is an actual name for Wukong, since in going off of my knowledge of Wukong, which isn't terribly extensive, because I've watched some people who have far more knowledge on mythological beings and different fictions and such. I'm just going off of what I've learned from them. Wukong is beyond broken. Yeah, if you ever want to know just how strong Wukong actually is, look up a video from this channel called Something Divine, Officially Divine or Official Divine, and it's a video called How Strong is Sun Wukong. And one of the things that makes Wukong one of the strongest being in existence is the fact that he's beaten everyone that has ever set out against him except for Buddha. Except for the Buddha. He has multiple layers of immortality, which means you have to break through each layer of immortality in order for you to beat him, but it's incredibly difficult to do so. The dude is capable of turning all the hairs he has on his body into clones, which are then themselves capable of making clones from the hairs on their bodies, so you're essentially fighting a ginormous army of Wukong clones. This dude has 72 named transformations, but he can transform into an almost infinite number of things. So it's not just limited to 72. Just the 72 that we know are the most prominent 72 ones that we know of. But he can basically do anything he wants. The Ruji Jingu Bong. I want to say, hold on, let me see if I'm spelling that right. Yeah. Ruyi Jingu Bong. Yes. His staff weighs like 17,500 and something pounds. It's capable of shape-shifting wherever it wants, in any way. And there are some tales of it being pretty much sentient, being able to, you know, respond to Wukong's commands and whatnot. But the Wukong is beyond broken. And the fact that he can not only he was capable of defeating everyone, including the 4 Heavenly Kings, which are the 4 individuals we see in the latest trailer, where they're all bearing down on Wukong. The 4 Heavenly Kings, I don't know that much about, so I can't say who they are. So apologies if I don't know who they are. But actually, you know what? Since we're on a learning streak, 4 Heavenly Kings. Wukong. Might as well learn who these are. Who are the 4 Heavenly Kings in Chinese mythology? The 4 Heavenly Kings are 4 Buddhist gods or devas, each of whom is believed to watch over one cardinal direction of the world. So they're basically the beings that look over every direction across the world. You know how Sandalphon and Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is basically the overseer of all the tetra elements across the entire planet. These 4 Heavenly Kings are basically the people the individuals that watch over every single direction. Now, going back to the gameplay, We had no idea. From then on, he stayed in Lingshan. Hold on, let me go back a little bit because we need to focus on the trailer. Some say he helped Tang Tsung fetch the Buddhist scriptures, becoming the victorious fighting Buddha. From then on, he stayed in Liangshan. Some say it wasn't him who was granted Buddhahood. The real him was already dead on the journey to the west. Now, some say there is no such journey. He's just a storyteller's fictional monkey. Now, back then in 2020, a lot of us saw this and thought, there is no way the game looks this good. There is no way the game's engine is running this. There is no way that this game is real. And then we learned that not only was it real, but this is just what the pre-alpha looked like, which means over the next couple of years, they refined everything. And it looked better with every single viewing. You know, when it comes to a lot of games made here in America, some of them, well, a great deal of them will look really good. Some of them will look really good during like a gameplay trailer or maybe like a pre-alpha build. And then once we get the game itself, some cases it looks worse. Like one of the biggest examples is Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs looked fantastic during its press release and reveal during like, what was it, E3, I think it was? 1 year during E3. Then when we got the game, not only did the game not look like it did during the showcase, but it also didn't play like it as well. So it was a massive downgrade. Yet Black Myth Wukong is an example of a game where it keeps looking better as the years go on. And when the years went on, we barely got any information from it. We would maybe get a sporadic trailer maybe once a year leading up to now, where we're getting a ton of new stuff, a ton of videos, a ton of gameplay, especially from IGN China. And it's like, okay, this game is not only real, but it keeps looking better with every single video that we get. But let's continue with the 13-minute official gameplay trailer. But you must have no... But you must have not heard the story I'm going to tell. This story starts with a golden cicada. And this gameplay footage is recorded directly from a pre-alpha game build. Work in progress does not represent the final look of the game. No, it doesn't, because the game itself actually looks better than what we've seen from pre-alpha from 3 years ago. See, I gotta give props to people who are developing games over in China, because the games that we've been getting over here from China have been great. First game that I know that is from a Chinese developer that I fully invested into and say that I've enjoyed immensely was Lies of P. Their developer is, I think it's called NeoWiz. I think it's NeoWiz. Hold on, I'll look this up because I want to be right. Lies of P. Published by, developed by NeoWiz Games. And NeoWiz... It's okay, so it's not Chinese. It's not Chinese, it's South Korean. So we got a South Korean game. Well, actually, let me just say this. A lot of games that are not based in the US from either Japan, China, or Korea have actually been very good. Since we got Lies of P, which is a South Korean game, South Korean developed game, and then we have Stellar Blade, developed by Shift Up, which is another South Korean game developer. And now we're getting Black Myth Wukong, with Game Science being a Chinese developer. So South Korea and China are giving us some fantastic looking games because Lies of P, it is a beautiful looking game and it plays phenomenally. Stellar Blade is an incredibly beautiful game, not just centering on Eve, but basically everything else about the game, and it plays extremely well. And then we have Black Myth Wukong, which is a Chinese-based game from a Chinese developer, and not only does the gameplay look incredibly fun, but the environments look top notch. The last time I saw graphics that looked this good in a video game, I have to say, was when I was playing Horizon Forbidden West, where I was going out to all these different environments and the trees look fantastic, graphics as a whole look fantastic, and it ran smoothly. So when I see games like this, I'm just amazed at how good they look and how well they look like they play. America could really take some cues from all these developers, especially when it comes to not listening to certain third parties who are trying to influence them and try to change their entire game for the sake of trying to please American standards, because those people are idiots. We will talk about those individuals in a bit. But when I saw this gameplay, I was still working in retail, and I think when I came home from work, I was just chilling after I did like a stream or something, and seeing this cicada fly through the air, I was thinking, there is no way we're going to be able to do this. But this is an actual gameplay thing. And the enemies I'm seeing are just like anthropomorphic animal creatures, which is already cool to me because when it comes to a bunch of Souls games, and mind you, this is not strictly considered a Souls game. Not strictly considered a Souls game. The elements remind me of it. And watching the gameplay, I was thinking, oh, so we're gonna be the Monkey King. Then seeing him freeze the guy, I thought, oh, okay, so this dude's about to be an issue, isn't it? I completely forgot that you could throw his staff. See? This is what we consider cool. And the fact that we can do this as a gameplay thing is amazing. I will be playing this game with the audio set to Chinese. I play a lot of games in English, even when they have different languages set for them. Even if they're Japanese games and they give me like an English option, I, for the most part, tend to have it set to English. But this is a game where I will not change it from Chinese at all. So this boss with the fire staff, first of all, the graphics on the fire. Also, let me know if the video's too loud. The graphics on the fire and just the animation of the fire itself is very well done. Very well done. Yeah. And brand new weapon. Brand new weapon. Not only that, but I think we also get like a brand new transformation after defeating that boss as well. Now, that big dude right there? It made me wonder, what is that? What manner of creature is that? And I thought, we will be able to fight that thing, won't we? And then there's a trailer from like the final trailer where you actually fight that. So it just made me think, oh, okay, and I noticed the bar down there, even though it's old. Notice the bar letting you know that you can only be like a bug for a little while before you turn back into your normal state again. The character designs are absolutely phenomenal.
哎，那场大火哟，嗨，后来啊，这
It's
禅院
amazing
又
what they
被
did with
重
this
建
game with the
了。
pre-alpha
哎，可
build.
人心若是烧没了，修好一座破庙，又有什么用呢？啊啊！哎，小老儿先走一步。等你过了前面的栈道，咱们自会再见。
And also, I was wrong. That staff, that last dude dropped, not the transformation. The transformation. Actually, you know what? No, it is the transformation. I got the boss that he fought previously, and the wolf boss he's about to run up on, completely confused. This is where you get like a whole bunch of people to fight at once. Now, real quick, and I need to reiterate this. In a Souls-like game, it is not advised to fight a whole bunch of people at once because one, you can set yourself up to be in stun lock, and two, games like Souls-like were not meant to be played with you fighting tons of people all at once. But you can have fewer options, a couple of options where you can fight multiple people all at once, but it's not the preferred way. Here in this game, there's going to be a lot of sections when you're fighting a bunch of people all at once, and I love the fact that they lean into it. I love the fact that they lean into it so much because I cannot wait to level this guy up. The Destined One. I can't wait to level him up and see just how strong he can get. Because I won't say I live for these types of moments in video games, but this sort of thing keeps me occupied with video games. Wow. You guys have been saying stuff in my chat, has not been updating. Once again. Dragon Emperor, T-Bait is on break. I'm literally crying. Yeah. The break has been increased. Whoa! I didn't even see this. Sorry. Wukong could jump at the border of the universe, but he cannot jump outside of existence, which is what the Buddha once challenged him with. Sorry, you said this you probably said this near the beginning, but I never saw it because chat on my phone doesn't fully update when it should. But Buddha challenged him to jump out of his palm. And Wukong tried with all of his might to jump out of the Buddha's palm, but the Buddha's palm encompasses all of existence. And even regardless of how strong Wukong can get, he is not stronger than all of existence. So he kind of failed in that, and that's when the Buddha sealed him for 500 years? But yeah. But Dragon Emperor, you're saying that they've increased the break for the beginning after the end from 3 months to 6 months? They've increased the break for the beginning after the end from 3 to 6? There might be more going on with them moving on to an art studio than we once thought. It's probably not going to take them 3 months to fully settle in and get everything back on track. Wow. I had no idea. But getting back to Wukong, I'll look into this as well. If you can get some official sources, then be sure to let me know, so that way I can let everyone else know as well. But what I really like about this game is that I'm a simple person. I'm a very simple person. When it comes to video games, I'm not hard to please. Yes, my list of developers has decreased over the years. But now I only get games that I know for a fact I will play more than once. So for me, I'm the type of individual where I love to play games that let me live out a power fantasy of sorts. For One Piece Pirate Warriors, it lets me live out the power fantasy of playing all these characters that I watch every single Saturday and read on every single Sunday. When it comes to the manga, I get to play as all these characters. Ooh, I get to play as Whitebeard. Ooh, I get to play as Big Mom. Ooh, I get to play as Kaido. Ooh, I get to play as Roger or Garp or Rayleigh. There's a power fantasy there. Then you have it for like Zelda, where you get to play all these characters. Then you have the power fantasy of being this overpowered individual if you're playing Skyrim, or if you're playing Fallout, you get all these different builds you can do. The power fantasy of being able to make characters stronger over time is something that greatly appeals to me. And it appeals to me even more when it's about a certain character that I already like. So I already love One Piece, so Pirate Warriors is already fantastic. I love Zelda, so me playing Hyrule Warriors is already great. My history with Fire Emblem hasn't been all that deep, but I love Musou games, and therefore I love Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. So I also like the Monkey King, because I was brought up watching like old Monkey King movies, like from the 60s and 70s and going forward. Forbidden Kingdom with Jet Li and Jackie Chan, and the whole story of the Monkey King staff and all that. That just made me like it even more. And even playing Wukong on Warframe, that fulfills that Monkey King angle that I like so much, because I get to play an actual frame that's based on the Monkey King. He literally has a Ruyi Jingu Bong staff that he can extend and slam and hit people with. He can create a clone of himself that will behave independent from him. He can turn into mist to heal himself. He can fly on a Nimbus cloud to get around quickly. It really fills that fantasy for me. So when I look at this, and it's about the Monkey King specifically, and you get to get stronger over time, you get to give him armor, chances are we could get the Monkey King armor, and I get to go through all these places, and I'm swinging my staff around, and I look like the Monkey King with his armor and his long feathery trails off of his headpiece. That's amazing. That appeals to me. That's what I can see myself saying, like, look everyone, I'm playing Black Myth Wukong, because I like it. That's fun to me. So when I see this, I can't wait but to experience it. Like, look at this crowd of people. You couldn't get this many people in a Souls-like because they don't advise you to fight a whole crowd of people at the same time. And look at this. Look at these different forms. Oh, y'all think y'all just gonna slap me? No. I'm gonna turn into a giant monkey and then just slam all over the place with the people's elbow. That looks fun to me. That looks fun to me.
后院那厮是黑风怪的道友，自称灵虚子。以你现在的道行，糟了！小伙子快逃，还来得及。
You say gorilla, but it has a tail. You say gorilla, but it has a tail. Gorillas don't have tails. So it's either a giant what is it? Giant baboon, not mandrake. Is it mandrake? No. Mandrill. Mandrill. Yeah, that's what it's called, mandrill. I was getting them mixed up. But that's either a giant mandrill. Gorillas don't have tails. Saiyans do. That's true. That's a great ape right there. That's a great ape. That's a great ape right there. Look, when I tell you it's going to be so much fun to be in a crowd and then just break out that giant great ape form, and I'm just slamming all over the place and I'm just tossing people left and right. Oh, it looks so satisfying. I would love for them to make, and they probably won't, but I would love for them to do a behind the scenes of how they did this. I would love for them to do a behind the scenes of how they did this. Temple of Guanyin. And I suddenly realized that if I had turned the subtitles on, I would have been able to understand what everyone was saying beforehand. But it's all good. We'll run through it again once I start my series next week. Yeah, when you get that game, you're definitely leaving it in Chinese. It only fits. It only seems right. No disrespect to any of the people they have in English, because they do have people in English who are going to be doing their voices for this game as well. No disrespect to them, but this is a game that needs to be played in Chinese. This is a game that needs to be played with Chinese audio. This has to be. For the most authentic experience possible, you got to play it in Chinese. Don't alert the great hound. The abomination in the inner courtyard calls himself Etherelius? Etherellus. Calls himself Etherellus. That's an interesting name. Etherellus. Your current powers. Run for your life, monkey kid, before it's too late. No. There's no turning back beyond that gate. Look, see, here's the thing. I know they're doing like gameplay of running through the gate, but me, I'ma level up. I'ma keep fighting people until I'm strong, until I am the victorious fighting Buddha in this game. Pack leader, Etherellus. Okay. The meaning of Chinese and English expressions are different, and because I am Chinese, I know this very well. I would expect nothing less from someone who's Chinese to understand the difference between Chinese and English. I look forward to learning, because I know I might as well be a novice. Cheng Yin? I am just a novice to all of this. All I know is from either different video games or movies, or maybe just reading up just a little bit of history, but I'm a novice to this. But I am looking forward to learning. I am looking forward to learning. And also, the meanings of Chinese and English expressions are different, not just for Chinese and English, but for Japanese and English as well. Because I play a lot of Japanese games, and I read a lot of Japanese stuff, and I watch a lot of Japanese anime. And the expressions that they use with Japanese audio, sometimes it does not translate as well in English, and therefore English has to change some things because that saying doesn't mean much. It may mean a lot in Japanese, but it may not mean much for us here in the US. It may not mean much in English. The same especially goes for Chinese. Whatever expressions you may have may not translate to English in a way that we can understand and comprehend its meaning, where it's just flawless. Where it's just flawless for you to understand. It's all like, I get it. But for us, it's all like, I don't get it. So yeah. I am really looking forward to learning. Because I love to learn. I love to learn. I love to learn about I've learned enough about Japanese culture to say that I love it. And I want to learn just as much from Chinese culture as well. So I'm looking forward to this game helping me on that journey, because quite a few people are looking forward to me playing this game, not just over here in the US, but from people who have seen me over on Bilibili as well. I'm looking forward to, playing this game and learning about Chinese culture and Chinese mythology in the process. I really am looking forward to it. But needless to say, I am going to spend quite a lot of time making myself strong as possible. Ooh. Making myself as strong as possible. So when it's time to take on this boss, I like that. I like that. Being able, because I'm gonna wait until this boss fight's over. I don't want to keep pausing too much and disrupting. Also, please, everyone, let me know if the video is too loud. You know what? I just noticed something. And I don't know if this is just because it's in the pre-alpha build, or if this is something that is in the game itself. Like, look at that! Look at that! Clones! Look at all the clones! Kagebushi no Jutsu! I know that's a Japanese thing. The video sounds great? Okay, so it's not overpowering me when I speak, right? I know Shadow Clone Jutsu is something we attribute to Naruto and such, but, you know, clones are universal. I love how you can see the fur of this thing just actively on fire, and him shaking in order to put out the flames, the smolder of the flames coming off of his fur, the light smoke of him being on fire. You guys know me, I'm very big on detail, and I like that. I like that a lot. It makes the world feel more alive when games do that. Not just this game, but other games that do that little bit of detail. I love it, because it means that those who are creating the game are paying attention. Because not everyone does it right. But I want to take note of the fact that when he was targeting this pack leader, the Aetherellus, there was no targeting reticle. Four heavenly kings. Now look at this. You mean to tell me we are going to be fighting Heaven's army with the Monkey King? Look at this. Look at this. This is what I love. Fights like this. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Enjoy 820, bro. Thank you, Cheng Ying. Thank you, Cheng Ying. Cheng Ying. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I am looking forward. And the fact that this video got 1 million views in a day. It got 1 million views in a day. So many things about this game just scream, this is going to be a game that I play repeatedly. Oh, who's this handsome devil in the top who's currently live doing a Wukong recap? You might want to subscribe to him. But in all seriousness, this game, even from this pre-alpha build, now, here's the thing, and I need to stress this to everyone. I am so used to games coming out, or at least games with pre-alphas here in America, where they show the game, and the games don't look better. They look all right, and then when we get closer and closer to release day, they start looking worse. They start looking worse. I've seen that happen so many times for American-based games, and then I see games like Lies of P, Stellar Blade, and now Black Myth Wukong being made. Basically games outside of the United States, and I see them, and I'm like, this is a level of quality that not every single American developer is reaching right now. This should be the standard. Now, mind you, there's a lot of people here in America who can do games phenomenally. Character designs are phenomenal. Environmental designs are phenomenal. The whole world itself and graphics can look phenomenal. And mind you, a game is not all about graphics, but looks can help. Hello, bro. I mistakenly see the leaked video of Wukong, bro. What should I do? I don't know. Just look at something else. Look, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know the technique to make your mind get wiped of something about Wukong. For me, I am only looking at Wukong. Will I play Wukong live? Yes. Yes. That is a 100% yes. But for me, I haven't looked at anything else Wukong related other than what has been released on their official YouTube channel. Because I don't want to know anything. I want to be able to experience this game with as little knowledge outside of what the dev studio has presented us. I haven't looked at people's first impressions. I haven't looked at people's like, hey, I played this game for X amount of hours. I'm not interested in that because that's their time. I want my time with Black Myth Wukong to be purely based off of my own experience and not me having this mindset of like, oh, we get to do this. Oh, we get to do that based off of anyone else playing. So I haven't seen anything else. But for you, Annie, all I can say is just avoid looking at Wukong stuff other than from their official YouTube page. Don't look at people's first impressions. Don't look at anything. Don't even look up Black Myth Wukong at all. Do something else until the 20th. Do something else. Bro, what is the time zone of unlocking the game in America? For most cases, it tends to be at 12 midnight. At 12 a.m. midnight. Especially if it's going to be a game that's, for the most part, especially for some games, if you get it digitally, for the most part, it tends to be 12 a.m. midnight. For the most part, as far as I know. Some games give you like days early access, but for Wukong, I believe it's going to be available at midnight, I believe. Yeah. And then it'll do the pre-download, and then you can have it on your system, and then I guess you could play it just straight from there. But that's as far as I know. That's as far as I know. But for you, Annie, all I can say is do something else that is not related to Black Myth Wukong. Avoid it at all costs. Don't look it up. Don't look at videos concerning it unless it comes from the official page. You pre-order on Steam. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you're not going to get it earlier than everyone else if that's what you're hoping. Like if we go over here, release date. Oh, you might actually be getting it earlier than everyone else. Consoles, the game plans to unlock in approximately 5 days. So, release date will be August 19th for PC players and August 20th for console players. But I don't know the exact time of when it's going to unlock exactly. But since it's dropping on the 19th for you, I guess I don't know the exact dates, the exact time of when Steam drops stuff. So I don't know what to tell you. You just gotta wait. All you can do is just wait. I'm pretty sure if you got it from Steam, it'll let you know when it's available. It'll let you know when it's ready. So I guess just wait on that. But going back to this, we got they have a video for Chinese New Year's greetings. Ooh, this is from 3 years ago as well. Hold on, how have I not seen this one? Okay, hold on. We got something here. As the mouse gives way to the ox, we have a growing talent and force. Here is a little tune for you, gamers dear. May you have a prosperous year. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, bro, I am so hyped for this game. The detail of the game is astonishing. It really is. It's gorgeous. And as I've gotten older, I've gained an even greater appreciation for games where the people who put effort into the environmental design and just the aesthetics of the game as a whole, that piques my interest so much. I bring this up all the time when I'm reacting to One Piece. The animation team and the overall aesthetics and how animations shift and change for different scenes. Hold on, just getting notifications everywhere. I pay a lot of attention to environmental design and character design, enemy design, just overall designs in general, because that takes effort. That takes effort. It's not just you just creating a character, just slapping a texture on them and then you just go about your way. No, it takes a lot of talent to make every enemy you come across in a video game feel unique. Make the environments you traverse in an environment feel unique as well. Whether it's an area with different biomes or different climates or whatever, they all have to be tailor-made to look some hold on, I was looking at what you were saying. It takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of effort to go through it takes a lot of effort to go through all of that detail to make it look as good as it does. Some saying it's rushed or blah blah. I mean, that literally makes no sense, because game science isn't being rushed by anyone. Sony isn't rushing them. Annie, just tune out those people. They literally have no basis on which they're complaining, because Black Myth has not showcased anything to truly complain about. Everything they've shown has made the game look even better than the last time that we saw it. So you got to realize that people are just, screaming out loud in the hopes that someone would turn towards them and ask them what's wrong. People screaming for no apparent reason in order to get attention rather than having an actual reason for screaming. So for those types of people, you just tune it out. And I keep telling people the best way that you can tell if a game is good or not is if you play it. Don't go to Twitter. Don't go to the internet to see if your choice of playing a game is validated. Play it yourself. But back to this. As the mouse gives way to the ox, we have a growing talent and force. Here's a little tune for you, gamers dear. May you have a prosperous year. So let's just see this 3-minute Chinese New Year greeting. Now, look at this. Real quick. Tell me what you see when you look at this design. Now, I've played a lot of games where they have a lot of wide open desert for you to traverse. And some places make going through a desert bland. They make it boring to do. And here, I see so much detail. The pagodas all around, the mountains in the distance versus the ones that are up close. Just the overall design. It doesn't look like it's just purely desert, but it has desert with a bunch of that looks like water that's just mixed in there as well. This just looks natural. It looks natural. I can't wait to just stare at everything that they've made. I just want to look at all the designs, all the environments. I just want to look at all of it. Like, look at this. Look at this. And I have to reiterate, this is a game in Unreal Engine 5. And Game Science has understood the assignment and made this game look amazing in Unreal Engine 5. Just the lighting. The lighting looks good when you're in shadow. There's so much emphasis on it. Yeah, this is just a giant bull dude that it looks like we're gonna be facing down. Be strong like a bull. You have no idea how much I enjoy Chinese orchestra. It has so much Yes, it does. That's another thing I gotta talk about, the music. The music is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's so good. As a musician myself, I have a great appreciation for game music when it's done well. And Black Myth's music that we've experienced so far has been, it's been beautiful. It's just been like a sweet melody to the ears, just listening to this gameplay, listening to the orchestra while the gameplay is happening. Music helps with these moments when you're playing games. Good music for a game like this can make everything you do, whether you're fighting or even exploring, feel that much more immersive. And when it's done right by a very, very accomplished orchestra, then you basically are making an entire cinematic moment happen in this. And I know it sounds like I'm gassing up the game, or however the kids call that. I can say kids because I'm 32. I'm older than half the people that use these types of words anyway. But when I listen to music like this in a game like this, it just makes it feel that much more authentic when I'm playing. Music helps sell a game. If your game has bad music, that's bad. But if it has good music, it can make something as mundane as just exploring feel so much more immersive, and it helps. It helps with the story's overall world building due to the fact that music really can mean the difference between I like walking through this area to it's quiet here. I wish there was some music. It's now boring to walk through this area because there's no other ambiance to help distract me from the fact that I'm walking through this environment. Beautiful. Let's see, the environment, they blend, and vegetation, they blend together is mind-blowing. Yes. Let me see. When I play that game, I'll just walking, just taking the whole world in. Oh no, when I'm playing, I'm gonna be taking my time. I'm not gonna be playing like some IGN gameplay reviewer or anything who has a bone to pick with game science or an axe to grind. I'm gonna be playing it like a real person, and I'm gonna be taking everything in. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna look at all the environments. I'm gonna explore everywhere. I'm just gonna Let it all just breathe. I'm just gonna breathe it all in because this game deserves that much. What was that instrument? That dun 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 dun. The like, hold on, let me see if I can. Yeah, that sound. Yeah, that sound. I don't know what that instrument is, but I love that instrument when I hear it in different orchestras. But that is the Chinese New Year's greetings. The music is great. Now we got the 12-minute Unreal Engine 5 gameplay test from 2 years ago in 2021. We're getting closer and closer. Bro, they mislead us. They say we don't get parry. I see many times Wukong parrying, bro. I don't know why big YouTubers doing this. Well, that's because they're going off of the knowledge of, they see parries by what you see in parries in Souls-like games, like Elden Ring, where you just parry with your hand. There is a way to parry, but it is not by way of blocking and then parrying with the actual staff. You literally have like a magic ability that I believe turns you into stone, which has clearly been showcased to these big YouTubers already, so they should already know this. But turning into stone essentially gives you the ability to parry attacks because it allows enemy attacks to literally bounce off of your body because you turn into stone. So it's not a parry in the traditional sense, but it is how you can repel an enemy by an outside means other than just simply blocking and then counterattacking with your staff. So, yeah. I'm not too hung up on the fact that it doesn't have like a classic block button, because many of us have relied on block far too often, and I'm not ashamed to say that I've been guilty of this as well, because when I play Elden Ring, some of the characters I use as a shield. Well, not all of them. Matter of fact, I probably need to start a new build where I'm starting to use a sword and shield and, get used to guard counters in that game and whatnot. But a lot of us are used to playing games where we are blocking all the time. If you're playing Dark Souls, Demon Souls, or I wouldn't even say Sekiro, because Sekiro really encourages you to parry a lot. A lot of us are so used to games where we can block and parry with the same button. And I'm actually grateful that Black Myth gets rid of that whole, like, oh, you're going to be holding down block all the time in order to block blows, where it's encouraging you to be nimble and dodge around. Bloodborne did this. You don't really have a shield in Bloodborne. You are encouraged to dodge and, interrupt enemy attacks so you can do a visceral attack on them. So it encourages you to dodge around enemies rather than just outwardly trying to tank damage. But dodging in Black Myth Wukong fits with the whole Monkey King moniker because he's always been known to flip around and toy with his opponents, and just making it so that you are encouraged to dodge rather than block all the time plays to his character. So yes, I am looking forward to that. But let's check out the 12-minute Unreal Engine 5 gameplay tests. Everything you are about to see was captured in-game, running in real time. Work in progress does not represent the final look of the game. No, because the game looks better after this gameplay test. And I got subtitles on this time so I can see what they're saying. I have seen you in many strange dreams. You're truly an odd bunch, under the same banner but each for his own purpose. You're here for a great cause, to pick up what's tried and failed and make it whole. You want to be among the gods, and hear your name praised by generations to come. You see this journey as a way out, an escape from what you deem an escape from what you deem unimportant. And you, the simple one, all you want is shelter and dinner. But I have seen through all your disguise. All that talk about humanity and great cause, behind it is the same old vanity. Stand tall and make your own destiny. Stand tall and make your own destiny, you say. The fact is, you're so assured that destiny is always on your side. Yours is a pathetic quest. You're full of obsessions despite what you claim. Sow and reap, a cause and effect. This ill karma will eventually orchestrate your downfall. The fact that he was hiding as a statue, meaning that he could be anything in your room and you wouldn't even know it. Now here, Unreal Engine 5, and they show this by you walking through a snowy mountain with tons of particle effects going off all at once. Just flexing. Yeah, it's gonna be satisfying knocking people off cliffs. Perfect aim. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the way he sweeps in front of him, and the inertia of the wind generated by his club causes the snow to get displaced. I gotta watch these guys and remember that some of them may try to have like a final swing while they die, so I shouldn't stand close to them. See? Right there. Not every game can do walking through snow right. Also, Annie, you say, bro, I don't care, I love the dodge, and that shadow trail he leaves when he dodges, that's not even a shadow trail. That is an after image. Detail and passionate. They really put their heart and soul into making this game. They really have. They really have. But when you see him dodge, and I love that there's a perfect dodge mechanic. When you dodge perfectly, you leave behind an after image of yourself that I think enemies still attack while it's still active, so you can attack an enemy from their flank. So I really like that detail. I got how many people watching? Goodness, hello everyone. How are you? All these people watching me now. Right there, right there. That was a perfect dodge. You see his after image from the point of impact. Okay, so that's disgusting. This boss will literally throw up on you. Right there, another after image. You know you're doing perfect dodges when you leave an after image behind. Also love how this... can we talk about this for a moment? The attention to detail of the slashes cutting through the snow itself. Meaning that these slashes are tangible enough to displace the snow on the ground. Watch. That's beautiful. Leaving a big old cut through the snow. Right there, another after image. Another one right there. Oh, you missed him. Missed him. See, tried to fake you out. All these monks with their meditation and ascetic ways, they do it for show, for the big reward. What about you? Hauling your sorry butt through this blasted weather? You come for that thing, eh? Now we get to know what this bird creature was saying. You know what? I just did a bit of divination. Stay put or eat soot, it says. Okay, I'll make this official if death is what you want. I, the caretaker of sub-heaven, celebrate your arrival, the fated one. And the fact that you get a bat form to fly after this guy, too. Yep, there's a dragon. Yo, CDs, what is going on? We are just doing a little bit of a recap of everything that Black Myth Wukong has released from 3 years ago, all the way up until now, and also addressing some things concerning the game as well. Now, mind you, this is not new Wukong footage. This is old Wukong footage from 2 years ago. I think he should have focused on the face. The last time I faced off against a dragon like this was against the heavenly dragon boss from Sekiro. But I haven't faced off against a dragon like this in a very long time. Hold on. Did you see that chain attack through its whole body? Do you mean when he was spinning his staff going across his whole body? I know, I saw it. It's so nice. It's so nice. If that's the attack you mean, where he's spinning his staff and hitting him repeatedly, yeah, I saw it. It's a nice attack to use. My thing is, though, I think it's weak on its own, and it only does like building damage. Each hit doesn't do like a ton of hits, like a ton of damage per hit. Yeah, that spin attack where he's going across his whole body just doing that, that is something that Wukong would do. That is something that he would do. As I recall, it was... Wait, hold on. As I recall it, it was Ulambana. It was a Ulambana Uyambana. Ulambana or Uyambana, the day of deliverance. The Buddha, His Eminence, he told us on that day, beings of this... Hold on, you're moving fast. The dude is moving fast. Beings of this world and all worlds suffer because they indulge themselves and let lusts take over. He's got it all wrong. Now heed my words. Thou shalt kill, lest feuds instill. Thou shalt steal as decreed by the free will. Thou shalt commit adultery, for love thrives in debauchery. This does not sound right. This is wrong, actually. This is the absolute wrong. This is wrong. Thou shalt speak the untruth to inspire and seduce. No, who is saying this? This is wrong. This is what can lead to collapse. Drench in fine wines to soothe your mind where emotions entwine. Embrace bodily pleasure, for life is short and you have now or never. Nope, this is all wrong. Hold on, let me see. The gameplay is almost like Elden Ring in a way, how the player moves around, dodges, and attacks. I think you're only saying that because of how similar to a Souls game it is. Even though the producers and makers of the game say that it's not a Souls-like per se. It has elements to it, but it's not considered a Souls-like. Bro, there are some games where you can literally watch the environment and stay there to feel the scene, and Wukong is one of those games. Yeah. Oh, no, and I don't think you're bad-mouthing the game. I don't think you're bad-mouthing it. I don't think you're bad-mouthing. I'm not bad-talking, just sharing my thought. You're fine. You're fine. Stream was fun, but I have to go. Julian, it was an honor having you here. You enjoy the rest of your day. We still got some more Black Myth to tune into and pay attention to. Find escape in the dreaming, or else this life is not worth living. Ride on the wings of lust. In true wisdom thou shalt trust. This is backwards. And if these are the guys, kneel, he who seeketh enlightenment. Yep, that guy looks like he said that guy looks like he leads a cult. No wonder it sounds so wrong. It's coming from that guy. No wonder. No wonder everything he just said just sounds like the exact opposite of actual morals. It's him! Old fat dude. You are casting your immortal soul into the 6 realms. This time there will be no easy way out. And then there's this giant lid. I heard that it was like a lid for like some sort of giant tea kettle of some sort. I could be wrong, but I can't really remember. This has a reference. This is a reference to something major, but I've just forgotten what it was. I've forgotten what it was. And this is how it looked in Unreal Engine 5. And I remember looking through this. I remember looking at this video when it came up. And I was thinking, this is Unreal Engine 5? This is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. And years later, it still looks absolutely gorgeous. Alright, let's check out the next one. An alternate reality of game science. New Year's greetings. That's 12 minutes long. Let's focus on this. Ooh, this. The 6 minutes of in-game cutscenes. We gotta check this out. And then there's some OST, and then there's a release date trailer, and then there's a pre-orders now trailer as well, and then of course the final trailer. And then we'll talk a little bit more. Bro, when you gonna stream the Black Myth Wukong game? When it drops for consoles on August 20th. That'll be the day I do it, and I will be doing it. I will be playing it at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 12:30 in the afternoon on the Eastern Standard Time on the east side of the United States. That's when I will be playing it. I'm gonna be doing a whole series where I play through the entire game. So yeah, I'm playing it on August 20th. It's gonna be fun. So let's check out this 6-minute in-game cutscene because it's been a while since I looked at this cutscene. I want to say it's been a year. It's been a year and some months since I last saw this, but even then, this cutscene was still gorgeous when it came out. But back then, we had no idea what they were saying because it wasn't properly translated. But here, we have the video, and it's translated so we can understand what everyone is saying. Because one, there's no closed captions on this video, which means that they probably already have the captions in the video. I love the sound of those drums at the end of that other video. The drums in a game like this are everything. And all the hanging lantern heads are saying celebrate. Yep, I'm so glad they translated this so we get to know what they're saying. Because I never knew. This is the second time I've seen this cutscene.
又不是三姐姐你成亲，这么着急做什么？
叫你编排我，今天我就收拾收拾你的小蹄子。
哎呀，好姐姐，就饶了我吧。来了来了，新郎官来了。
我来迟了，妹妹们久等。
我到母亲日思夜想的，是个什么俊俏郎君，怎么生了这般憨丑？
嘴脸是有些阿杂，不过母亲喜欢就好。丑是丑，听说以前倒还有些本事。为了抓他，母亲的家传宝贝都用上了，可是费了老了劲儿啊。
哼，二姐姐真是勤谨啊，捉到好东西，也不先让妹妹们尝尝。
妹妹好大的气性，母亲心心念念要嫁的人，少根指头，咱们都没好果子吃。
嫁了她又有什么用？我们还不是一辈子守在这鬼地方。
The character movements, the facial expressions.
想看，就去前头看。
我说妹妹们，这还没开始行礼，你们就急着要闹喜糖了？
嗨，不过是母亲修炼用的精元，我们呐，别操那没用的心。姐姐，人我就交给你，
一路辛苦了。
姐姐，母亲是老糊涂了，妹妹们又不晓得事，难道你也看不出来吗？
你就当心疼心疼母亲，也是我们做儿女的。
Bro, it's a movie. They look too real. I know.
我何尝不
I
心疼她
know. They
她
look
数十年的病
good.
根一直好不了，正是拜这蠢物所赐。不恨就罢了，还这般作践自己，我是演不下去。
有些事情不看对错美丑，更不论强弱输赢，都是机缘巧现编织的宿命。
姐姐，
你我当时都未出生，不曾见母亲用过的情，自然也参不透她今日的痴心。
师伯那边，
走一步看一步吧。借来的福分，能多享一日，也是好的。你
Do I think it'll be game of the year? I don't know, because even though we're getting Black Myth Wukong this month, we are also getting Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 next month. So there's still some contenders. There's still some contenders. Kitty! Yo! What's going on? We are going through the history of Black Myth Wukong. We've been checking out the gameplay trailers. Annie's been here. We've both been talking. We've all been talking about Black Myth Wukong and how great of a game it looks and how it's going to play and everything. I'm also going to address the bleak moments towards this game. Not the game itself, but towards this game that some people have tried to incite inflammatory remarks towards this game, and SBI trying to extort millions of dollars from this company. Otherwise, they were gonna basically, try and drag them on social media in hopes that it would cause a downfall tirade of popularity that this game has garnered. So we're gonna address that as well, and just how dumb people have been towards this game that has literally done nothing to them at all, hasn't done nothing to anybody even in their own studio, because those accusations were not only wrong, but also mistranslated, because people don't know how to second guess their own research. So we're going to address that as well.
随我来，前面便是母亲的蓝房了。这里有几句话要叮嘱你。母亲平日里都是好的，唯有吃饭时只爱独享，千万别去沾惹她。还有，别细看她的脸，尤其是眼睛。
姐姐，不能再耽搁了。
我的话，你可要细细记住了。
快去，别误了时辰。
Let's see. So that means they know this game's about to hit if they're trying to bring it down. Yes. Because Black Myth Wukong is a game that is unapologetic in how they've designed their women and how they design their game as a whole. People like SBI, which is Sweet Baby Inc., has gone out of their way to try to insert themselves into so many gaming studios in order to force this standard that apparently they think should be the standard for all games, which is not the case. And let me, as an American, let me say that our standards, they are not the standard that other countries should follow, especially when it comes to video games. So, one thing about Sweet Baby Inc. is that they tried to, they wanted to be consultants for this game and consultants for this game for America, but not Game Science says like, nah, we're good. And they tried, and the thing is, Sweet Baby Inc. was trying to extort them, saying like, you need to pay us this amount of money, or we're gonna try and drive down the proper popularity of your game through social media and stuff like that. They were trying to extort them, saying like, either you allow us to manipulate how this game is going to be translated or has some things inserted into your game, or we're going to make you look bad over in the States. And let me be the first to say that Sweet Baby Inc. does not represent gamers whatsoever. As a matter of fact, a lot of gaming studios and companies are distancing themselves away from Sweet Baby Inc. because Sweet Baby Inc. is just Sweet Baby Stink. That is all, and every single time they stick their finger in something, something gets messed up. From Suicide Squad to many other games, from Fable and everything else in between. If they are present with those games, they're trying to force some sort of narrative that not everyone follows, or they're trying to force diversity in a game that has absolutely nothing to do with it at all. So that's them. That's them being dumb. That's them being stupid. So let me be the American who says Sweet Baby Inc. and anything they stand for does not represent gamers. They represent themselves, and they're trying to force their way into everyone else's pockets so that everyone can say that they represent what gamers means as well. They fought back and lost, and look where it got them. Yeah, and they lost. Matter of fact, let me see. Let's see. Downfall. Because people are distancing themselves. People are boycotting Sweet Baby Inc. now. From EA to Blizzard, Insomniac, so many different places. So many different places are distancing themselves away from Sweet Baby Inc. Oh, hello. You bring to me pizza. Mm-hmm. Hello to the people. Say hello to the people, dear sister.
Hello, people.
They can see you.
Oh my
god. They can see you. I'm live on camera, but don't worry, the camera's just like really small up in the corner, so they can only see your head with your bonnet on.
Gosh, give me a heads up next time.
Ain't nobody tell you to just walk in here with pizza. That's what you get.
Mom's putting a soda in the freezer for you.
All right, cool. That was my younger sister, Jazz. She brought me Red Baron pizza. So I will be eating some of that, so we need to go ahead and pick this up. But Sweet Baby Inc. has been out here, and they tried to extort Black Myth Wukong. And Black Myth Wukong saying, like, we are not paying you this amount of money. We don't care. We don't know. We don't even know who you are. Leave us alone. And in retaliation, she's going to hunt you down at night now, watch her back. She knows where I live, and I know where she lives. She ain't coming by. She ain't coming by. She is not coming by. Nah, but it's all good. She knows I'm messing with her, but it's fine. It's fine. She's fine. It's all good. But let me see here. Black Myth Wukong. Sleep with one eye open, one eye closed. I sleep with both of them closed. So yeah, Wukong's devs refused to work with Sweet Baby Inc. Smart in doing so. This is reportedly due to the studio not consulting Sweet Baby Inc. during development, which no game should look to Sweet Baby Inc. for permission of, like, is this okay? Is this fine? Is this okay? Is this fine? We need to consult with Sweet Baby Inc. to make sure that whatever we got in our game is fine for everybody else. But no, they're not the standard that they should be following. So let me see here. Sweet Baby Inc. has become a huge presence in the gaming industry. Not no more! They influenced the development of many current and upcoming games. However, the Black Myth Wukong developers disagreed to work with the company. Smart. Why it matters. Game Science, the studio behind Black Myth Wukong, is being called out for lacking diversity in its title and not depicting political correctness. See, one thing that gets me about this is, like, lacking diversity in its title. What? What do you want them to do? What would you have them do? If they do anything that deviates from the narrative that they're doing, and that includes their story of, like, Journey to the West and beyond, like, what do you just want them to do? Just insert some black people for the sake of them being in there? They'll just be a token at that point. You got to use your brain, but no one at Sweet Baby Inc. does so. So no. They've literally done nothing wrong in depicting political correctness. Why? What political correctness has done has caused people to be less truthful. Can we be real? Now people can't be as honest as they want to because they out of fear of being politically correct and not offending nobody. But the real truth is, so many people have now garnered such a lack in spine that they use political correctness as a way of, like, well, now you can't say this anymore because otherwise you're going to offend some people. No, these people need to grow a backbone and not be so bothered. Can I be real? That's what political correctness is. It is forcing people to say, like, well, this is no longer okay to say, so we gotta be careful what we say to this person. Now, some words you cannot say. Some words you definitely cannot say. But the whole act of trying to be politically correct and then insert it into video games, we're not playing games for that. We're not. The studio that designed this game is the original team of the game God of War. Due to the control of capital, Game Science left God of War and created Wukong to dedicate to the original players of God of War. And I respect them for it. I don't care, I tell you how it is, and that's how it should be. But people lack a spine so much that they are so bothered by something that they will flock to Twitter and social media to voice their displeasure because they know they will get people who will be on their side like, oh, they're there. Oh, it's okay. Oh, we understand. Let me get my hundreds of followers to agree with you on this matter, and we'll get this person to lose their job. We'll get this person to be ostracized. We'll get this person to be blacklisted. We'll do what we can to make sure that your feelings from what one person said to you is heard, and that this person never has a chance of making a living again because you got offended because you lack a spine. It's insufferable. And them trying to force their way into, like, video games, and as a result, these video games start to suck. The video games look less beautiful because of their insertion and whatnot. Like, stop trying to force stuff. Stop trying to force narratives. Stop trying to force political correctness. Stop trying to force diversity. Because when you try to force diversity, instead of it being in a game and it's natural, it just feels like you're just shoehorning stuff in. And gamers are not stupid. We know when stuff is just shoehorned in for the sake of shoehorning it in. We're not dumb. And the moment we see it, it's going to be the first thing we talk about. According, let's see, this is being called out for lacking diversity in its title and not depicting political correctness. Political correctness is an American thing. It is not something that is present in China. It's not something that's present in Japan or any other country. It's an American thing. So what makes this so insufferable is that Sweet Baby Inc. severely thinks that our standards as Americans should be the standards across the board, across the world, which is not the case, because this is a country where people of different skin tones can barely live with each other without inciting violence just because we see each other as different and not reach an understanding because we're different. But, you know, it still leads to turmoil. It still leads to racism. It still leads to violence. It still leads to crimes. It still leads to a country divide. Instead of there being an understanding of diversity, it is a dividing because of diversity. We are not the poster boy for understanding. We're not. We're not the poster boys for understanding because we can barely stand each other in our own country. So no, this whole thing of thinking like, well, the standards we set for video games should be what everyone should aspire to be. No, because we can't even keep to one thing. We can't even stay focused on one thing. Oh no, there's no black people in this game. No, this game sucks. Oh no, there's no white people in this game. This game sucks. Pick a lane. It gets on my nerves to see. And the fact that these people get paid to think this way? Boy, to have a job where you're paid to be stupid, right? Why it matters. Game Science, the studio behind Black Myth Wukong, is being called out for its lack of diversity, yada yada yada. This is reportedly due to the studio not consulting Sweet Baby Inc. during development, which the game will be far better because they didn't consult them. Lot less trash inserted. According to a Chinese media press release, Game Science refused to take the company's guidance as they demanded an unbelievably high $7 million. The stuff, like the stuff they got to say, is worth $7 million. I can flick a dime their way, still probably wouldn't be worth it. Agreeing to the offer would have added forced inclusivity to the game and removed creative freedom from the developers. That's exactly what it would have done. This is essentially like Garp refusing to become an admiral for One Piece because then his freedom as an individual would be restricted because he would have to answer to the very people he despises. So that's the reason why he's remained a vice admiral, because he's the most freed up that way. And they don't dare do anything to him because he's literally one of the strongest people in One Piece. Thank you, Kitty, for the super chat. Preach. Oh, I'm gonna. Agreeing to the offer would have added forced inclusivity to the game, probably would have compromised the narrative, and just the overall feel of the game. I would rather play a game that is just nothing but the characters of the story and not just forced to have like characters of different races in there and just inserted in because of it. Every character has to serve a purpose. If it's a world where there's a diverse range of races in there, fine. But I don't want them to be in the game if they're just shoehorned in and they serve absolutely no purpose. Not even serving as regular like NPCs that don't do anything for the game, because then it'll just feel like this is an odd thing for them to just be in there. Let's see. It is also interesting to note that Sweet Baby Inc. is more influential in the West, of course, because people have allowed them to be. Games from Asian regions typically aren't influenced by them. Smart. Though there are exceptions like the Silent Hill 2 remake, and that is being lauded because of Sweet Baby Inc.'s influence. Nonetheless, it won't impact Black Myth Wukong in any meaningful way. One might even expect the game to be better because of Game Science's refusal. Exactly. While diversity and representation in games are not wrong, forced inclusivity seems like an unwise move. It makes even less sense for a game like Black Myth Wukong, which is based on existing source material. So they're using source material to write this. If there's not a person of a specific race in the story, it should not bother you that they're not in the game. If it does, maybe there's something going on up here that needs to be messed with, and not the game itself. I'm just saying. Sweet Baby Inc. is also known for not caring much about its projects, therefore Game Science likely made a wise decision. It's not likely, they did. Many have even argued that Sweet Baby Inc. has no place in gaming. It's not even an argument. It is a fact that they need to wake up and smell, and the Sweet Baby Inc.'s existence does nothing meaningful for games except make games appear even worse, which is the last thing you would want your games to do. Nonetheless, Black Myth Wukong is due for launch in August. Despite the small controversy, it's not even a small controversy because Black Myth Wukong did nothing wrong. Game Science did nothing wrong. It's Sweet Baby Inc. trying to throw its weight around and it only weighs 10 pounds. The game has dominated both Steam wish lists and bestseller lists recently. Therefore, audiences remain excited for this Souls-like, hoping for an exciting adventure in a few months. This is what you call a smart developer, because Sweet Baby Inc. has nothing to offer anyone except misery. Because Sweet Baby Inc. is what happens when you get people who have spent way more time on Twitter than actual game development or socializing with people who actually have more than 2 brain cells to rub together and think that we are the answer to making every game for everyone. But every game is not for everyone. That's what makes them so unique. But what Sweet Baby Inc. fails to realize is that not every game has to be the next Twitter post that virtue signals and is top trending at the end of the day. That's the reason why people are distancing themselves from them. And I'm so glad that Game Science has ignored them, which is by far the smartest thing they could have done. And there's all like, and then Sweet Baby Inc. is just in the background, is all like, you took everything from me. And Game Science is all like, I don't even know who you are. It's just so dumb. If you want to have a deeper understanding of Wukong, then you can have the opportunity to learn about Dojang Sen. I have no idea who that is, but I would very much like to learn from that. Just for that, I pray this game hits that chart, because TikTok gamers are talking about how good this game looks and eager to play when it releases. American companies are the main ones that don't need to say something. No, they are not. They are not. They're better off just being quiet and just working. You know, less talk, more work. This sort of company is an example where you need to talk less and work more. Matter of fact, don't talk at all. Because of Sweet Baby, we get 30 minutes of material collected with Angry Boda. Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. Why Sweet Baby Inc. gives me Disney vibes? Because Disney gives you Sweet Baby Inc. vibes. They go hand in hand. Because Disney is trying to be the best virtue signaler out there and also be family friendly and also trying to appeal to everyone and no one at the same time. Sweet Baby has gone bag. We won't pay any attention to him at all. It's not a Sweet Baby, it's a Sour Baby. It's a Sour Patch Kid that no one wants to eat. It is a black licorice flavored Sour Patch Kid. That's what Sweet Baby Inc. is. That's one aspect. Now, the other aspect is like GameSpot and IGN joining the bandwagon of trying to make the game look bad due to the fact that some mistranslated quotes from the devs made it seem like there was a severe issue of sexism going throughout the company, which has already been debunked as being not true at all, completely false, and everyone just jumped on the bandwagon of the poorly translated quote in general and thought like, oh, this person doesn't like working with women of any kind. Let's just jump on the bandwagon and say like this whole company is just steeped in sexism, and it's already long been proven false. So IGN is no slouch, and they are not excused either. Which is why I refuse to look at any IGN American videos of Black Myth Wukong. I would rather watch IGN China, because at least that is authentic. IGN is still steadfast in their ideals, and they love to fan the flames of negativity and dissent towards certain games. If it's not Suicide Squad, then it's Black Myth Wukong. They love fanning the flames of dissent and making people feel like, you know what, something is wrong with this game when there's nothing wrong with it in general. There's nothing wrong with Game Science either. So those are the 2 low points, some of the low points for Black Myth Wukong, and it doesn't even have anything to do with the game. It has to do with people outside of the game studio, outside of the game. It's Americans being stupid. And as an American, I can say that we are the #1 people when it comes to being stupid. We are. We are the masters. We are not a jack of all trades. We are the quintessential grandmaster of things, of dumb things that we put out to the world. So pay us no mind. But let me see. In China, if it weren't for the fact that Wukong was blackmailed for $7 million, we wouldn't have known the existence of the sweet baby species at all. That's crazy, though. Y'all never even heard of Sweet Baby Inc. until they tried to extort one of y'all's studios. That's crazy to me. You never even knew. They never even knew Sweet Baby Inc. existed until they tried to extort Game Science. Let me see. What about us that like us that like black licorice? Okay, so what's a flavor Sweet Baby Inc. is the death sauce flavored Sour Patch Kid. You can't eat it or you'll die. Don't entertain it or ingest it or you will die, both internally and mentally. So we'll say that. For people who like black licorice, it's the death sauce flavored Sour Patch Kid. IGN and GameSpot go there and ask different questions rather than the game, and they don't give an answer. Now they're hating it. Now I don't watch IGN and GameSpot. It's a disappointment. It's a disappointment that gaming journalism truly died when GameStop got rid of Game Informer. That is when it truly died. Because journalism now is like we need to bring up stuff from the past that has already been debunked, and we need to constantly bring it up and continuously show just how lacking in intelligence we are towards a game that is, 1, hasn't done anything to harm us, 2, has shown nothing but great footage, gameplay-wise, animation-wise, continuously, hasn't given anyone reasons to doubt that it'll be a fun game, but we're just going to keep pressing on because we don't want to admit that we were wrong. That's the problem with a lot of gaming journalism now. And since Game Informer is gone, there really isn't anyone else to trust when it comes to gaming journalism as a whole. Which is a sad state of affairs. It really is. But I digress. I'm not even a gaming journalist. I'm not on the lines of like Young Yeah, where I do gaming journalism for a living and I'm a master at it. I'm not there, but I can tell what can make a game work and what doesn't. And what doesn't help a game is covering a game and constantly bringing up false stuff that happened, or making it seem like, oh, we did our research, and you're just jumping on the bandwagon because it's a slow news day, which IGN does a lot of. They do a lot of articles that just feels like a slow news day that pertains to nothing in particular that people are interested in, and a lot of other sites do it as well, and it's disappointing. It's disappointing. Get people who are actually interested in bringing you genuine gaming journalism so that they can represent this game well here in the United States. Or leave it to me. Let me do it. Let me showcase just how great Black Myth Wukong is to America, and you'll understand that Sweet Baby Inc.'s existence, if it dies, literally no one would miss it. Sweet Baby Inc. is like eating a handkerchief. You could burp and it wouldn't remind you of nothing. That's it. That's how insignificant they are. Now, I'm pretty sure and a fat chance they'll ever view anything that I do. But I'm pretty sure they'll look at this way like, oh, this guy doesn't know anything at all. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And I know what people don't like. They don't like it when you try to force your way into a game studio or a video game where your presence is not wanted. And Black Myth Wukong is a game where their presence is not wanted. I am done talking about Sweet Baby Inc. and Black Myth Wukong because they are next to insignificant. I am done talking about IGN and their presence with Black Myth Wukong because their gaming journalism hasn't been good in several years. And I'm just going to focus on the game as a whole. Also, once again, Kitty, thank you for the super chat. Preach, thank you for that. I appreciate it all. Let's get back to the 6-minute in-game cutscene. And let's just marvel at its beauty.
你让妾身当得好苦啊！天上果
All right,
然
Kitty.
不是
It
人
was
过的
amazing having
日
you
子，
here. Thanks again for the super chat, and I will
能
see you in
回
the
来
next
就
session.
好。姑娘们，排宴！
土里小桥东风满袖，去年此门一角，也等为君有归来访。
The detail in the old lady's face. And mind you, the quality I have this video at is 720. Because if I bump it up to like 1080, matter of fact, what quality can it go to? It can go all the way to 4K. Actually, let me do this. Let me bump it up all the way to 4K. And let me slow down the video, because if I try to play at normal speed, it'll be incredibly choppy, and I am running off of a laptop. So let me put it in slow. Let me mute. Now, this is 4K. This is 4K. The pores, the makeup around the face, the wrinkles, just the detail in the face as a whole, the spots all over. The detail is amazing. Let me put it back down to 720.
Yeah.
土里小桥东风满袖，去年此门一角，也等为君有归来访。
There is no 4K. You made a mistake. I did not. Because 2160 is 4K. And I put it on it. At least that's the 4K quality that they output on YouTube. But that's the 4K setting I put it on. Now, seeing a spider move that fast already bothers me. What is the spider doing moving that fast, though? For what purpose? Why are you moving that fast? You don't need to move that fast. That's unnecessary. Don't do that. But that was the 6-minute in-game cutscene. And... oh, here it is. I will not rush the game. I will go over every inch, every corner, and play with my pace. That's the best way to play. That's the best way to play. Don't rush games. For some gaming journalists, I understand rushing it so you can get your review out, but don't rush. Take your time. Take it all in. It's like eating a good meal. If you take your time, you get to savor all the flavors. Like, for example, I'm eating a pizza. If I don't rush, I get to savor the cheese, the sauce, the pepperoni, and the seasoned bread. I get to taste all of that. But if I rush, I just hork it all down and scarf it, I can't really enjoy all the flavors of it. So yes, take your time. So now we get the release date, and then we get the pre-orders now, and then we get the final trailer. So let's look at the release date trailer.
Their minds yearn to ascend, yet
Now this is in English. This is the English dub.
Glory fades through time in tombs of somber gray.
Yes, listen to Lisa. Savor it.
You too want to be an immortal?
Master, are there more good folks in the world or bad?
More good, of course.
Then why is there always suffering? And why do the bad folks always win?
Because goodness without teeth punishes not. It only foments evil. Cleanse the world with blood and grow lotuses in it. That is your destiny.
Inspired by Journey to the West from 1592.
West. Welcome, the Destined One.
The Destined One who doesn't even know what he's destined for? Those old rascals, they surely know how to name.
Tell me then, is my kind destined for extermination? You're driven by grief, not destiny.
So this is the face of the Destined One. It will fit me just as well.
Bathed in blood, yet preaching peace. Oh, you immortals, pray enlighten me. What justifies your superiority?
This is when we found out the release date. We lost our minds. Bro, I didn't know you mind, but English... I didn't know you mind, but English dub is also good. Yeah. Initially, I'm gonna play in Chinese, and then I'm gonna play in English.
Wanted.
Let's see. If this game does very well in the market, I wonder what other Chinese mythology game they would make next. A nine-tailed fox story, maybe? Here's the thing. The nine-tailed fox tends to be attributed to, and I'm not saying that it's just Japanese specific, but a lot of times people attribute the, nine-tailed fox to Japanese culture, not necessarily Chinese culture, even though it does have an influence there as well. Just not to the level of Japan, though. So I feel like it would be far more important to incorporate Chinese mythology and their creatures and their deities and their monsters or whatever into games rather than, like Japan. Because Japan has already done that with Neo. They've already done that. Also, Gajil, yo, my friend, it's good to see you. We are currently going through the history of Black Myth Wukong. I done already went on a tirade about Sweet Baby Ink and the ignorance of IGN. Kitty was just here not too long ago, so you just missed her. But we're just looking at the trailers, looking at how gorgeous this game looks, and how much fun we are looking forward to for the game as a whole. This trailer is so good. The fact that he's standing against the 4 heavenly kings in this trailer with nothing but a staff, and he's a fraction of their size. I can't wait! And it lets you know what all you're getting through like the bonuses and whatnot. I'm getting the standard edition for the game, but even that's gonna be more than enough for me. Boy needs some lotion on them feet. No, you don't. No, you don't. Why moisturize what already gets taken care of by itself? He don't need to do nothing. He the Monkey King. He don't need no moisturizer. He don't need no lotion. He don't need no Luridern. He don't need no aloe vera. That's the Monkey King feet. They invincible. They don't need no lotion. I'm just being silly at this point. I'm sorry. And this is the most recent trailer, which I have to thank everyone who's watched my reaction to this trailer on Bilibili for, you know, helping this channel grow larger because of all the views and everything. I really want to say I appreciate all of you over there on Bilibili. You honor me with your presence. But I'm incredibly excited to play this game. Now this trailer is showing us so many more transformations than I saw before. I have so many questions. Did he just blow up? Like, I did say it before, but did he just willingly blow up in the midst of all those guys? I have so many questions! I can't wait to learn this game. I'll learn about this game and learn as I play. I don't know. I gotta learn what they're saying, but it's so fun! If there was ever a way to get people hyped up to play this game, this trailer was it.
Dark-furred, devious-natured, hunting that Guai is no simple task. You do have some skills, but this land bites.
This is what we Americans call a massively hype trailer. This is what we call a hype trailer. And I am massively excited to play Wukong for you guys next week. But that does it for all the major videos that I wanted to cover for Black Myth Wukong. Send you a message on Discord. Send it in the TV and Movies channel. Send it in the TV and Movies channel. Really hope you check out that movie. And you're saying it was called Immortal Demon Slayer. You'll be amazed at the end. Okay. Don't set me up like that. But if you're interested, you can learn about Shan Haijing. What is Shan? Oh, Classics of Mountains and Seas. Shan Haijing. Formerly romanized as Shan Haiqing. Chinese classic texts. Compilations of mythic geography and beasts. Ooh! A bestiary! A Chinese bestiary! Nice! I'll definitely check this out. Yes, I will definitely check this out. Thank you, Cheng. Thank you. But, ladies and gentlemen, I covered everything that I wanted to cover about Black Myth Wukong. This game has been in development since 2018. It's finally going to drop next week. And everything they've shown for the game has just made me more hyped to play it. Not a lot of games have done this in the past. Some games have me excited, but also kind of skeptical. But this is one where I'm just completely and bona fidedly excited. And I know bona fidedly is not a word, but I am completely and wholly excited to play this game. And I feel absolutely no concerns over how much fun I'm going to have with it. And I can't wait to play it. And if I get anyone from China who watches me play, I cannot wait to learn from you the history of where this game comes from, the history and its culture steeped in it, and also just how immersed I'm going to get into this game once I start playing it next Tuesday. This has been in development since 2018? Yes. They started development of this game in 2018. Yeah. Yeah. Started development of the game in 2018. Because if I go back to this article from IGN, this is way back when. Let's see. Yeah, this 2000 cured over the video for Black Myth got over 5 million hits on IGN's YouTube channel, not necessarily the Black Myth Wukong's actual YouTube page, but IGN's page. So all those views belongs to Game Science. But yeah, they started this in 2018 and they're already confident in their work. Let's see, similar to Osuda, Black Myth Wukong is a gritty take on this classic Chinese tale. Different from Journey to the West, the story talks about the Monkey King escorting a monk who has obtained the sacred scroll from the West, but Black Myth Wukong is much darker and more complex. There are 3 monkeys shown in the trailer, and players have to wait to find out who's the real Wukong when they play the game. But yes, they've been in development for this game since 2018. So, yeah, needless to say, was founded in Shenzhen, and part of the team moved to Hangzhou and please tell me if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Hangzhou to start the Black Myth Wukong project in 2018. In the beginning, there were only 7 people on the team, now expanded to 30. In the early days, the team spent lots of time getting familiar with Unreal Engine 4. They thought of outsourcing to speed up the project, but after talking to several companies who work with Naughty Dog and Santa Monica Studios, they decided to take on the project themselves. They did not outsource anything. They did it all in-house. That's how amazing it's gonna be! Let's see. As art director, Yang did a lot of design work on the special effects of the battles, but the actual project was handled by game designer Jiang Biaikun. Jiang was the lead level designer for Asura and co-founded Game Science with Feng and Yang. Jiang is maybe the only person in the company who didn't care about the feedback after the trailer is released. Feng teases him of being a defeatist, but the truth is Jiang is the type of person who has the personality that can be described by a Chinese poem. Not overjoyed by external gains, also not saddened by personal loss. Ooh, I like that. More people need to operate under this poem's moniker. Not overjoyed by external gains, also not saddened by personal loss. More people need to adopt this. Jiang is a very calm and down-to-earth kind of person. So, yeah. I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to play it. I'm done with this article, though. I'm done with it. What did you guys say? Bro, search how powerful is Wukong. Oh, I've searched it up. The dude is broken. I've spoken about it like earlier during my stream. I don't know if I think you showed up after I spoke about it, but Wukong is beyond broken. He is beyond broken. Matter of fact, how strong is Sun Wukong? All right, so let's go down the list. Let's see. Has amazing strength and is able to support the weight of 2 heaven mountains on his shoulders while running with the speed of a meteor. Extremely fast, able to travel 108,000 li, 54,000 kilometers, or 34,000 miles in one somersault. He has vast memorization skills and can remember every monkey ever born. So let me see if I can go to like Sun Wukong mythology, Omniversal Battlefield. This is where they have like a lot of skills for him. So let's see, Monkey King. Let's see, through pulling out his hairs can turn into hundreds of thousands of clones. Casually generates hurricanes that he can ride. Blew so hard the earth turned dark. Regularly alters his size to be that of a 20-mile-tall being to an ant, to as small as an ant to hide under leaves. Shape-shifting, biological manipulation, can change the amount of limbs he has to the point where he can reach tens of thousands of arms. You know, like 1,000 arms, variable arm canon of the first Hokage. Light manipulation. Yeah. Going back to what you were saying, he cannot be killed. Actually, you know what? There's a video. There's a video we can watch. You know, where I'm gonna let you guys. We're gonna watch this video real quick. Because I just talked about this person. Official Divine. Okay, Official Divine. This is the guy. This is the guy. We're gonna listen to him. Listen to him. 5 minutes.
How strong is Sun Wukong? Sun Wukong, a god with great infatuation with life and wisdom, vows he will never lose it. No matter how many ascend upon the Monkey King, he will not die. His story is actually the inspiration for Son Goku, with Goku having a tail, power pole, and Nimbus cloud to match. Sun Wukong on his journey to the west gains multiple layers of immortality by eating pills of longevity, practicing Tao, and eating an entire garden of heaven peaches. Each one of these heaven peaches grants another layer of immortality. He even crossed...
Did you hear that? He ate in a whole garden of heaven peaches, with each peach giving him a layer of immortality. So, for us Americans over here, when a character says they're immortal, it means that they just flat out can't die. And we just take that as it is. We don't consider a person having layers of immortality stacked on top of each other, where even if you are somehow able to kill the immortal person, they still have multiple layers of immortality underneath. So you would then have to go through that same process several upon hundreds of different times before you can finally kill this person. We don't have that for anyone over here in America.
Each one of these heaven beaches grants another layer of immortality. He even crossed his name out of the Book of Death. He has the ability to shapeshift into anything he wants, and with his ability called the 72 transformations, he has 72 lives, meaning you have to kill an immortal god 72 times, and every time someone tries to kill him, it only makes him stronger. This is seen.
So not only does he have layers of immortality stacked on top of each other, but if you do manage to kill him, he comes back stronger. This is Doomsday before Doomsday was even created. Because, for those who don't know in China, Doomsday is a character over in America that is essentially this unkillable being, that whenever you kill him, he becomes completely invincible from the last thing that killed him. He is an adversary to, he's a villain against Superman. So every time you kill Doomsday, you cannot kill him the same way twice, because he becomes completely invulnerable to the last thing that killed him. Wukong is Doomsday before Doomsday was even made.
When heaven tried every method to kill him, it only makes him stronger. This is seen when heaven tried every method in existence to kill Sun Wukong, even the de-immortalizing furnace, but it only made the Monkey King more powerful. So that's where Zenkais come from. Sun Wukong also has the ability to copy his opponent's strength, as shown in his battle with deity Prince Nocha. Nocha turned into a more powerful state, having 3 more heads and 6 more arms. Sun Wukong laughed, did the same, and defeated him like it was nothing. This ability of copying opponent's strength is only limited to Sun Wukong's imagination. Sun Wukong felt that no weapon on Earth suited him, so he decided to storm into the Dragon King's palace and took the Rui Jingu Bang, a pillar that was originally designed to measure the depths of the ocean. This weapon can change size just like Wukong. It can shrink to the size of a needle and grow to pierce the clouds of heaven. Each hair on Sun Wukong's body, 84,000 to be exact, can be turned into literally anything he wants. He can literally make anything. He can make weapons, copies of himself, and even copies of his opponents. Fighting against Sun Wukong is basically fighting a nearly infinite amount of opponents that can match your power in an instant, each one having multiple layers of immortality, growing exponentially stronger throughout the battle, and you have to kill all of them 72 times to finally win. Yeah, he's broken. Sun Wukong becomes increasingly more powerful with each battle, defeating 600 gods, 28 of which are constellation gods. He was able to lift the entire Milky Way galaxy, which was stated to be infinite in size, over his head. After defeating every warrior in heaven, he decided to fight the Buddha himself. Buddha made a deal with Sun Wukong. If he could jump out of his hand, he could take the Jade Emperor's throne for himself. Sun Wukong, loving a good challenge, agreed to Buddha's deal. Wukong jumped to the other end of heaven. However, he already lost. Sun Wukong never left the Buddha's hand. Buddha has achieved true nirvana, meaning he holds all of existence in his hand. And Sun Wukong was not able to jump beyond existence. Buddha sealed Wukong for 500 years and released him to continue his journey. During this, he grew stronger and stronger, defeating entities that could destroy all of existence with a whistle. He was able to hold up Mount Sumeru on one shoulder, which is described in Buddhism as a mountain that holds up the infinite cosmic sky. During his journey, Sun Wukong was able to reach perfection, reaching the remainder stage or incomplete stage of nirvana. This stage of nirvana is described as being beyond all concepts and limitations, and existing as a boundless entity beyond everything. This stage transcends the God realms and formless realms, with the formless realms being stated to have no direction and no physical form, putting them above dimensionality itself, making this realm outer-versal in nature. The God realms transcending the formless realms, with there being 28 realms in total, and nirvana is above this. Reaching this grants him strength 3 layers into outer-versal, but then he did it. At the end of the journey to the west, Sun Wukong was the most powerful he has ever been, solidifying him as the strongest god in the pantheon. He was brought before the Buddha himself and transcended to the complete stage of nirvana, becoming the sage over heaven, the fighting Buddha, Buddha Wukong. Wukong reaching this final stage puts him above everything in existence, making him more powerful than bodhisattvas, beings that have achieved this incomplete stage of nirvana, and they state that Buddhas are incomprehensible to them, with bodhisattvas being part of the transcendent. The transcendent is being above all worlds, never returning to anything lower, meaning an infinite hierarchy of outerversal beings, with Buddha Wukong looking down at all of this. Wukong now having high outerversal strength, becoming all-knowing, all-powerful, and omnipresent, meaning he's everywhere and nowhere, all at once. Fighting against Sun Wukong is a fight you're not going to win. With his immeasurable layers of immortality and the fact that he's literally above life and death itself, Sun Wukong is truly one of the most powerful characters in all of fiction. It's almost ridiculous how broken Sun Wukong is, because any opponent that he faces, he can simply make 84,000 copies of them and sit back as you fight 84,000 versions of yourself. The great sage equal to heaven, the monkey king, the fighting Buddha, Sun Wukong. What's up, guys? It's Divine. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe and tell me what you think in the comments. What character in fiction do you think can defeat Sun Wukong?
That's the video. That's the video. That's ridiculous just how strong Wukong actually is. It's scary. See, we over here in America, we measure things by, like, how strong can he lift? Oh, he can break reality and stuff like that? Oh, that's broken. But the things that Wukong can do on a regular basis is just insanity itself. And I'm here for it. And we're getting a game with him? How much you want to bet? Suddenly thought of an interesting thing. Do you know why he's called Wukong? No, I don't. Why is he called Wukong? I didn't think there was a special reason why his name is Wukong. I would definitely love to know. Because this is a learning period for me. Not just me just talking to you guys, but me learning some Chinese culture and mythology. I love this sort of stuff. I really do. So when I do these streams, I can't wait to learn more from the rest of you. Yeah. He's incredibly broken, Ani. He's incredibly broken. But no, Cheng, I don't know why he's called Wukong. What's the name of the YouTuber we just watched the video? Official Divine. That's the name of the channel. Official Divine. Just look up his name and you'll find all the stuff that he's just done. Matter of fact, let me, hold on. Let me bring it back up. Because I can bring it back up so you can see the actual channel name. This is the channel, Official Divine. Very well done video. Thanks. No problem. No problem. Man. Explore a land of vast wonders. Relive the tale of Journey to the West. Rewriting a mythical legend. Tough Yaoguais Confront mighty foes, old and new. Challenge extraordinary adversaries. Clash with legends of yore. Vast variations. Combine your spells and abilities. Tailor your talents and unleash your potential. A tale retold. Look at this. Look at the designs on the clothes. The wrinkles, the silk, the satin, the hair, the way the hair looks. Thanks, bro. See you soon. Good night. Ani, you have a good night as well. I will see you the next time you show up. You have a great one as well. It was great having you here. A tale retold. Discover heartfelt tales behind every facade. Taste the love, hate, greed, and fury they once held and still carry within. And then, of course, you got, what? There's wallpapers? There's wallpapers I can have? I can put on my laptop? Hold on. Do I get one of Wukong? Can I get one of Wukong? I want a wallpaper. I want a wallpaper of Wukong. Please tell me you got one. Please tell me you got one. Please tell me. Because there's a lot of, man, this is ridiculous. There's a lot of images. I want one with him centered in the screen. These are screenshots, and these screenshots look amazing. The motion blur, big old giant black teddy bear, this dragon with the glowing blue eyes. I love the fact that the eyes follow you rather than them just being static and looking in just, facing your direction, but the eyes actually follow you. So that's another level of detail. Everything about this game just looks gorgeous. Even still images, there shows so much potential, so much graphics, so much beauty in what's shown. I love it. I'm trying to find like a good one that I can. That's good, but not good enough. And these are the wallpapers. And now they say it's wallpapers, but this is just in-engine imagery that looks like this. This is in-engine stuff that looks this well. Okay, I gotta go. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep staring at these images for the next hour or so. And I've already been at this for like a good 2 hours and 30 minutes already. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been such a wonderful audience. I just wanted to spend a little time and just talk to you about Black Myth Wukong. Everyone who's shown up here today, thank you for taking the time out to watch me. Kitty, even though she's gone, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Everyone, y'all better get ready because I'm getting prepared to play me some Black Myth Wukong next week. So I cannot wait to play it for all of you. Can't wait to experience this game in all of its splendor. And I get to live out my dreams of being the Monkey King in an actual game dedicated to him. But I'm done. All I can say to everyone who showed up here today is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!